Hey, my loves, it's your girl, Miss Meta XXO here. Come on in the room. I said, come on in the room. Jesus is my doctor, and he writes down all of my scriptures, and he, what, gives me all of my medicine in my room. Come on in the room, my loves. Come on in the room. I said, come on in the room. Jesus is my doctor, and he writes down all of my, and he gives me all of my medicine in my room. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. My babies, come on in the room. Jesus is my doctor, and he writes down all of my scriptures, and he what gives me all of my medicine in my room. Come on, y'all. Come on in my room. I said, come on in my room. Jesus is my doctor, and he writes down all of my scriptures, and he gives me all of my medicine in my room. Come here, y'all, my spirit feeling this. Come on in the room. I said, come on in the room. Jesus is my doctor, and he writes down all of my scriptures, and he gives me all of my medicine in my room. Ooh, how y'all doing, my loves? Are y'all doing all right today? Hope you guys are doing. Are all my babies, all my sisters, all my brothers, all my nieces, all my nephews, all my loves, are you doing all right today? I hope everybody's doing all right today. Thank you guys for joining me. I know I'm a lot earlier than I normally be, but I have something I have to take care of tonight. Some work I have to get done for a project, and I'm gonna have a late night meeting, and I don't want to be to where that meeting runs over and I don't have time to do the show. So that is the reason why we're doing the show now. I'm just so excited you guys came on the room and just joined me. And I thank you, my loves, just for everything you do. I thank you for just being a part of this show. Thank you, my love. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. I love you too, my baby. Thank you for just everybody in the room and everything that you do. We're at a wonderful place. We're doing great. We're just trying to change the world. We're trying to make it a better place. And we're trying to just spread positivity in each and every way that we can. All right? All right. So as you see right down there, the topic for today, homophobia. See down there? Homophobia and transphobia will not oh, Lord, hold up, y'all. Wait a minute. Hold up. How you unpin a comment? Okay, let me do that over because Auntie put that wrong, okay? Let me do that over. Y'all give me 1 second. Auntie just realized I left some out of there, okay? Thank y'all. I caught that real quick. Thank you, my loves. Thank you. Okay. Let's not be. Come on in the room. I said, come on in the room. Jesus is my doctor, and he writes down all of my, gives me all of my medicine in my room. All right. So, okay, now let's try this again. Okay, as you see the topic right there is homophobia and transphobia will not be tolerated in 2021, period. I'm good, my love. I'm good, Sarah. I'm wonderful. Auntie's wonderful. This topic is just something that just, it lays on my heart a lot because, homophobia and transphobia, no matter at what time period, is not right. But when homophobia and transphobia was occurring in the 70s, 80s, 90s, even early 2000s, it was not right. But it was a different time. And now with it being 2021, it's just so sad that there is still so much homophobia and transphobia going on in the world. And I'm at a point to where I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of it. And I'm not going to tolerate it from anybody in my circle. I'm not going to tolerate it from anybody I'm working with. If you're in my personal space and you're being homophobic and transphobic, I'm going to hold you accountable, whether you like it or not. If you don't like it, you better shut up. Period. Because it's sad that in 2021, certain things are just occurring. Like, for example, last year, it just became legal that someone could, excuse me, let me rephrase that. It just became illegal that somebody could fire you for being gay, trans, or bisexual. And that just happened in 2020, you know? Then we look at, this week, we just passed, they just repealed, the walking while trans ban in New York, because back in the 1970s, it was a law to where if a cop had suspicion, whether it's a trans woman, cisgender woman, whatever, in a high prostitute area, if they had suspicion or they thought maybe they were involved in sex work or prostitution or anything like that, they could just arrest them. No ID, no nothing. That is just simply transphobic. And it's sad that it took the 2021 for that to get repealed. Then we have things as such, for example, like certain adoption agencies, not wanting to allow families to adopt because they're gay. You know, certain bakeries don't want to allow women to be able to get the kind of cake they want for their wedding, because of the fact, they're lesbians, you know? If you look at it, LGBTQ plus people just got the right to legally marry in all states, just years ago. That's not even 10 years old. It's not even 10 years old yet. Marriage equality is not even 10 years old yet. Not even 10 years old yet. And yet, people wonder why LGBTQ plus people, and especially why trans people, are suddenly always fighting for rights. And the reason why I have to fight for rights, because look how long we have to fight to get those rights. You know? We're not just saying anything to say anything. Oh God, I'm looking beating this camera. Okay, I'm sorry. I was feeling myself a little bit too much there. But yeah, it's just the fact that we have to fight for everything that we got. And it's sad that there is still just so many homophobic and so many transphobic people out there. It's just so sad. And especially in the black community, a lot of the homophobia and transphobia, a lot of that comes from churches. I've seen plenty of churches kick people out because they were gay, or kick them out of church because they were transgender. And for me, I've always been told that the church was a safe place. The church was a place to where you could, come in and get your healing. You could come in and get your breakthrough. But when you're stopping people from coming into the house of the Lord, that's when it's a problem to me. Because then you have to realize that God is a forgiving, non-judgmental God. And people look at, LGBT, look at like trans and gay people like, I don't want them in my church. But then you have pastors who stealing the church money. You have pastors who are sleeping with other people in the church while they have a wife. Now, don't get me wrong. None of us is perfect. But how can you look at a gay or trans person when you're doing that? It's like old gospel song goes, sweep around your own front door before you try to sweep around mine. Okay? So there's so much homophobia going in. And then I look at the fact of the matter is also there's so much transphobia, because I'm constantly coming on here telling y'all about how black trans lives matter and how black trans women are being murdered. Constantly I come on here and tell you guys that. Because if you look at it, we are only, what is day? We 5 days? Are we 5 days in? What's the day? We're 4 days in to February. 2021 was the most deadliest year on record for black trans people and gender nonconforming people. We had at least 43 confirmed known. Not just known. Not even the ones that were not known. The most deadliest year ever. And we've only just begun the second month of the year. And we have multiple trans people, multiple black trans women already been murdered. We're not even 60 days in to 2021 yet. We're not. We're not even, and we're losing trans lives. And the thing that just gets me so much, and I say this all the time, it pisses me off when you tell somebody about black trans women dying, and the first thing they say, oh, what did they do? They trick them? Did they rob from them? They steal from what they do? These download trades and download trade are killing black trans women. And you want to know, what did they do? What did they do? That's your first question. Your first question is not is, well, oh my God. Your first reaction is, oh my God, what about the family? Oh my God. Your first reaction is, what did they do? And something about that is just sad and wrong. And that is the reason why I come on here so much. And I'm talking about black trans lives and how black trans women matter. Because people are always saying, oh, black trans women are still in front of me. I've seen so many black trans girls, then they was in a relationship with Trade, and Trade robbed them. Trade beat them. But yet, when somebody said like, oh, they deserved it, or oh, what did they do? No. What about what he did? What about all the Trade and the down low men who are killing my sisters out here? What about them? You're not even trying to acknowledge what they're doing to my sisters. It's just like, oh, what do they do? What? And also another thing that really gets to me is a lot of times we hear people talk about, oh, I don't want to mess with a tranny, or why do trans women have to be in the category of women? It never fails. People who say comments like that, or typically they dated a trans woman before, or they had some sexual relationship with a trans woman. Typically, more likely. The same I say with homophobic guys. Most guys who have a problem with most men are like that. They've had some kind of relationship, some kind of sexual encounter with a man. Because if you are a comfortable cisgender male, and you're confident in your sexuality, and a gay guy does not violate your personal space, why do you have a problem with them so much? Why do you have a problem with them so much? Like I'm trying to really why are you having problems so much? If a black trans woman is just living her life, trying to exist and trying to just simply be in this crazy chaotic world we're going in, which is hard enough being trans, and then we're going through this COVID era, it's hard enough. Why do you have a problem with her just existing? Why? Why do you have a problem with her just it doesn't make any sense. Why? They're just insecure. Yes. So many of them are insecure. So many. That's the reason why a lot of these guys love to joke on transgender women and love to make little rude comments, because a lot of them try to throw off on the fact that they are attracted to trans women. If you are attracted to a trans woman, so what? What's wrong with being attracted to a trans woman? What is wrong with that? What is so wrong about that? I tell anybody all the time, the one major problem is this, is that a lot of guys unsubconsciously, they think that if you date a trans woman that you're gay. And I said this so many times. How can you date somebody like Laverne Cox or Moscow, or even if any kind of trans woman? How can you date any kind of trans woman and call yourself gay? You are not gay. You are dating within the umbrella. You're dating within the LGBTQ community, but you're not gay. Now, if you are a man and you date a guy, like a boy or a feminine boy who identifies as a man, then you're gay. If you date gay boys and then you date cisgender women on the side, then you're not gay. You're bisexual. Okay? Now, if you date gay boys on the side, cisgender women, trans men, then you're pansexual. Because you don't look at the sexuality, you don't look at the gender, you look at what's in the heart and what you vibe with. So we have to just stop thinking that if someone dates somebody trans, they're gay. No, it's not. That's the reason why we have the LGBTQIA plus community, because there's so many different levels. But people want to laugh and say it's the alphabet mafia. But if you actually stop cutting the food and actually educated yourself and then speak out of such ignorance, you will realize the method to the madness of what the LGBTQIA community stands for. Okay? Educate yourself. Okay? Ooh, I'm sorry. I keep looking in the mirror. That beat to be looking good on me there. Okay, but but we have to learn and a method of trying to end homophobia and transphobia is definitely, we need more education. We need when and this is to my sisters and this is to my gay boys on live. If a cisgender person comes and asks you a question about being gay, bisexual, pansexual, or transgender, answer that question. Now, if you're a gay boy and you can't fully answer a question about transgender women, then you say, hey, I will give you a resource, or I will talk to one of my trans sisters. But don't get mad at them, because understand this. Never get mad at somebody if they ask them a question. Now, I will say this. Sometimes people can ask questions and throw shade. That's different. You know, people ask a question throwing shade. But if they're just honestly asking questions just on the kindness of the heart, answer their questions. Now, to my cisgender people on the other end, when you answer that question, you got to be willing to take whatever knowledge is given to you. And also, you have the reason why a lot of cisgender people don't ask questions is because they're scared of being wrong. But guess what? Why do we ask questions? Because we want to know the answers. And sometimes you ask questions, you might be wrong. But if you ask questions and you get to a certain solution, then wow, you solve the problem. And that's some of what we need so much we need so much now in the world to help end this to end all these levels of homophobia and transphobia. Okay, we got to do better. We have to gain knowledge. Study, follow some activists, ask them questions if you're cisgender. There's nothing wrong with that. We have got to the problem with a lot of the cisgender people versus a lot of LGBT plus people is a lot of people need to listen. Speak your piece. Speak your piece. And then let the other person speak the piece. And y'all come back and forth and y'all listen. The problem is everybody wants to speak and don't nobody want to listen. We got to start having more deeper conversations. We got to start being able to connect on some things more. We got to be able to start connecting on some things more. I love you, Miss Melody. I gotta go. Thank you so much, Pastor. I thank you for coming in. Thank you, Pastor, for coming on in the room. I thank you so much for coming on in. Okay, we have got to be able to do more of that. Okay, and those are some of the things that we definitely need just to make this world a better place and just to do better. Okay, we have got to know that we've got to be able to do a lot of more of these things in order to make the world better. Okay, all right. I've done my bit. You know how the show goes. Now I'm gonna answer some questions. Or I'm going to take, if anybody wants to, I'm going to take a virtual person from the audience if they want to come on live with me and talk. So it's up to you guys. Let me know. All right. Thank you guys so much for every time you come on. Because you are helping to take this show to another level. And I thank you so much for it. You just don't know from the bottom of my heart, because it means so much to me to be able to spread information, to be able to spread knowledge to especially all my LGBT plus people, and especially about trans rights and black trans lives and black trans women lives. Your eyeshadow looks wonderful. Oh, thank you, baby. Thank you so much. Auntie trying. I'm trying a little bit. I'm doing a little bit. I'm trying. I'm really trying. Thank you, baby. Thank you. I'm trying. But we have just got to do, so much better, and we've got to do so much more than what we're doing. Okay. We've got to do it. Okay. I love each and every one of you guys so much. Thank you so much for the love, the likes, the comments, everything you are doing that is helping this show get to the, God, dog. I just noticed how Sarah said that my eyeshadow is looking real good. Ooh, get it, auntie. Get it, auntie. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Okay, well, since nobody has any questions, or anybody wants to come on, I thank you so much for joining me on a special daytime episode. I love you guys. I love all of you from the bottom of my heart. Make sure you share this live. Make sure you liking it, doing everything you're doing, continue doing. Make sure if you know anybody who wants to be a sponsor to the show, tell them DM me and I'll respond to them via email of some sort. And if you want to donate, Cash App Miss Melly XOXO, PayPal Miss Melly XOXO, or Venmo Miss Melly XOXO. I love you from my loves from the bottom of my heart. You guys have a wonderful evening. Bye.